Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shemi Al Shai by Shon Kodash. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. I'm going to entitle this video Comments from the video Hebrew Israelites are bugging out. Put up, just recently put up, this 14 hours ago, put up by GMS South Carolina, '08. So I was kind of watching through it, kind of skipping around here and there. And he goes into the comment section. So this individual is from the video, as you can see the title. Also, like I'm going to cover the comments in this video, and also I'm going to deal with the word that should have been in the title of my video, this current video. Quench. What does quench mean? In the New Testament and in the Old Testament, Isaiah 66, 24, and Mark, let me see something. I believe that was in the book of Mark when it says the worm dieth not, or the worm dieth not. And I did a video on that, and some other individuals from GMS did like countless, responses to my video. Because one of the scriptures that Christians use, and I believe the IUIC uses, is the one where it says, where the worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched. So we're going to look into the word quenched. All right? That fire that's not going to be quenched is when Babylon is set on fire. You're not going to be able to put it, that's what it means. You're not going to be able to put it out. It will go out. Maybe it'll take a year, maybe a couple of years. In other words, it'll eventually go out, but it'll be smoke. It said that the smoke will ascend forever and ever, meaning that the smoke is going to ascend for a long time, then eventually it's going to go out, dissipate. The fire is going to stop. The smoke is going to dissipate. And then what's going to be left is a vast desert. So how can it be a desert if it's constantly on fire? So it's symbolic talk. It's parabolic. It's poetic talk. The scripture speaks in a poetic, symbolic. What was I going to say? Symbolic, parabolic, poetic way. That's why these Christian scholars really can't get it. That's why every once in a while I'll go to the commentary, and sometimes they'll hit it. They'll be on point. Especially I'll go to Cambridge for Bibles and schools and colleges, and if they say like one line or maybe two lines don't really say anything, they kind of quote the scripture and don't say anything on it, that means they don't have the answers. You got to have all the answers. So they're showing you, and then on that commentary, which is a Bible hub, you always have the same, 8 to 10 commentators, and they all contradict each other. Some of them, a couple of them might speak the same thing, but they all contradict each other. Hey, what Vocab Malone should do is get back at these churches and try to get them in order. When he's out of order anyway, he doesn't understand the prophecies. He's fixated with the One West thing. He really wishes he can be an Israelite. He can be one of the camps. And he said, I'd like to go to Tah's house in a recent video. But anyway, this is a comment, and the elder kind of clicked on the guy's name, and pretty much he subscribes to any of the Wi-Fi, the Watchmen for Israel. Well, I call them Wi-Fi. So he said, obviously, that this guy is down with them based upon all the videos that they subscribe, that this guy subscribes to. So he says, actors paid by GMS for clickbait. I don't know who in GMS does that, because we ain't putting out no money to nobody for clickbait. We ain't spending no money. on nobody. I don't do it. I know he doesn't do it. I know that the apostles don't do it. Now, there could be other Israelite groups that do it. Now, if we pay for clickbait, we will be getting, instead of 1,400, like sometimes I'll get 600, sometimes I get 1,000. Sometimes I'll get a little over 1,000, sometimes 800. Now I put the REI, put a couple of videos of REI, and I got over 3,001 and over 2,002. And it depends on the topic. You know, you put a topic in there and it grabs the people. Oh, I gotta watch this. But no, we don't do that. I don't know anybody that does that. And if they do it, are they gonna burn in hell? I don't think any GMS member would do that. They're not gonna just throw money away just to get a bunch of whoever watches it, watches it. Whoever don't watch it, don't watch it. So he said actors paid by GMS for clickbait. Now, until he has the proof, that's bearing false witness on your neighbor. Okay, so this is the elder, not the Zakbar. I get it. You're still hurt that your favorite group can't answer the questions concerning their faulty breakdown of Revelation 13:16. Maybe you can answer it. If the mark of the beast is sin, how can we buy and sell with sin, or even make a single purchase with sin? And the guy doesn't come back. I mean, I'm jumping around. I think he comes back with another question. And that's for all of y'all, man. Is the MOTB here right now? Is the fulfillment of Revelation 13:16 fulfilled right now? Are there people that have the MOTB and people that don't? That's the question I want to answer from. Maybe Bishop Dan, you can answer that. Is it here now, or is it a future prophecy down the road? Okay, so this is this guy coming back. I never said anything about any group. Our mark of the beast. You just want to steer my comment away from the paid actors. I would like this guy to give me the receipts on the paid actors. You GMS camps are a bunch of agents. Don't you condone rape? Well, the Bible condones it. The Most High condones it. Okay, so you're gonna get with the Most High. You're gonna get mad at the Most High. You're gonna curse him out. How about Shem Shai condones rape in the Bible? And none of you guys that still teach that, none of you won't dare come up and go into it. You're afraid of this doctrine. Now, are we saying go out and rape? No. Now, in the ancient world, was it a thing to go out and rape? No. You wouldn't say to him, "Oh, I like your daughter. I'm going to rape her." The man would say, "You know what? He hired a daughter." The Apocrypha speaks about that, Ecclesiasticus, about watching over your daughter. I'm not going to go to it, but if it did happen, which is not supposed to happen, but if it did happen, this is what you do. Just like if you stole a an ox, you would normally you would store it, fourfold. Anything that you stole, you didn't get your hands chopped off, you didn't get locked up. We didn't have a prison system. The only thing close to a prison system would be a city of refuge. Like if somebody died, the family's looking for vengeance, so he goes to a city of refuge, and then they have a council among the priests and so forth, the judges, and they'll say, well, this guy was doing this, and the thing fell out of his hand and killed him. It was by accident. So then the family calms down, and that's in the scriptures too. So he wasn't found guilty of committing murder. So he runs right to the scripture of condoning rape. And by the way, that's in the law. We taught it that way because that's in the law. Are we telling y'all to do it now? No, because you're on the Esau system, and you will get locked up. You get thrown under the jail. But Brother Polite asked us a question, and we gave him a straight answer based upon the scriptures. Okay, let me okay, this is another one. GMS put this up. Willen McMillan, excuse me for interrupting, but I want to know on Passover, how do I fix my lamb? I'm from the tribe of Judah. Do I add potatoes? Thank you. Obviously, this is not a, this obviously you don't add potatoes to it. And we did videos on that. So I'm just going through these comments here. Let me go move forward. I really didn't have a subject lined up, but I saw this video. Okay, be mindful of the Passover a sifter, meaning guys usually fall off. That ain't right before the Passover. We had about 6 guys fall off like about a month ago. Okay, this is Hugh Gray. Brother, please forgive me. I believe this is this guy, Paul Kersey. Brother, please forgive me. I learned under you, but I am humble and sincere with this question. Passover is always on the 14th, meaning the 14th day at evening at Bib. And after 3 days, after Passover is the wave sheet, which is always on a Sunday. No, that's the church. That's what they do. They get the palms. He's talking about Palm Sunday. It's not always on a Sunday. It's when the new moon comes in. If the new moon comes in on a Wednesday night into Thursday, that Wednesday night and the Thursday, 2 weeks later, 14 days later, that evening is the Passover. That's why we here will have it on sometimes on Tuesday night, sometimes on Thursday night, sometimes on Saturday night. Saturday night is really the best night. Sometimes on Sunday. This year it falls Sunday on Sunday night. So I don't know what this guy is talking about. The Pentecost falling on a Sunday. That's the Gregorian calendar. It's always on a Sunday. Where did you get that from? 50 days after wave sheath. So please explain how can Passover ever be on Sunday evening? Well, it's on Sunday evening based upon the new moon. You should read Exodus, the whole 12th chapter, and you should read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. All right. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is a response back from the elder. You're going according to the calendar of the world, which is the Gregorian calendar, just like everybody else, right? Just like all the Israelites, Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown. But we don't. Just like the Sabbath is not Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, but you probably didn't know that either. Well, it's Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, depending on when the new moon comes in. Okay, so this guy's got to be Paul Kersey. How you doing, Paul? I understand, Elder. So are you saying that our Passover is on Sunday evening to Monday evening, and in 3 days and 3 nights, our Passover will be our morrow after the Sabbath, which is our first day of the week. He's going into that Christian Gregorian calendar BS. For for we for wave sheaf, and if Friday is the first day of the week, no, Friday's not the first day of the week, and Saturday's not the first day of the week. The first day of the week comes in when the new moon comes in. You follow the new moon. Okay, let me see. I understand all the week. Please, Mike, only try to get it right. Anxiously waiting. Shalom. That's definitely Paul Kersey, in my opinion. Okay, I had to edify my response. So can you please reread? I understand you correctly. Then this is what it means. Monday Passover, 3 days and 3 nights takes us. It's a Thursday. Friday must the morrow after the Sabbath, the first day of the week. Let me go to this one. No, it doesn't have to logically make sense because it's spiritual. 1 Corinthians 2, verse 14. I'm paraphrasing, we look at things in the spirit. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. That's what he just quoted, 1 Corinthians 2:14. Because you get a lot of guys that come into this truth and they'll join a camp. They'll get with a camp or a school and they'll blindly follow what the teacher says. Now, I understand that in the beginning, but if you're in this thing for 5 years and you're doing your own study to show that self-approved, and you're looking at other different camps, you might look at a GMS video concerning the MOTB and ask, maybe, let's say, the leader of IUIC, why they keep teaching it, And if you start using logic, you would ask that question. All you IUIC members should ask the leadership, is that's the question. That's the question. Is the MOTB here now in effect? Is that prophecy fully fulfilled? Or is it yet to come? Let me move on. Let me get some other. Before a minute, I'm just trying to bring this up. Okay, this is Hugh Gray, Elder. And I believe this is an actor. He played in Remo Williams or whatever. He played the Korean martial artist, if I'm not mistaken. Elder, if I may peek again, the scriptures say that wave sheaf is 3 days and 3 nights after the Passover. The scriptures further explain that the wave sheaf is on the morrow after the Sabbath. So if Passover is on a Sunday evening to Monday evening, then 3 days and 3 nights. If so, will not fall on Sunday or whatever you would say. It doesn't. You go on by the Gregorian calendar. Let's get some more. Okay, let me go here. Even holy convocation, which shall proclaim in your Caesars. It's speaking of the multiple feasts, Passover, the feast of unleavened bread, uh, com- completely different from what's written in verse 10. That's a whole other thing. But you read them together. 10 verse, speak unto the children of Yasha and say unto them, when ye become into the land. Why did Moses say that? Or why did the Most High say that to Moses to tell the children of Israel? Because they were in the wilderness. He said, when you go in the land, you're gonna start growing things. Are we actually keeping the Pentecost? No, we're not physically keeping it because we don't have land. In the kingdom, we're gonna keep it again. And there's two feast of weeks. There's the first one, and there's the one at the end of the year, which is called the ingathering. They both know they ingathering the fruit. It says, which I gave unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof. Then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruit of your harvest unto the priest. This has nothing to do with Passover. Learn how to read, man. Damn. Right, that's correct. So let's go to the precepts. I believe he was in Leviticus 23. Let me put in the word. No, let me put in the word. Let me put in the word weeks. Okay, that's not it. Okay, let me put in the word first. Okay, so it's in the fifth verse. That's the Passover. It says unleavened bread for 15 days the same month. Oh, by the way, the Passover and the feast, the unleavened bread is the same day. The night of the Passover is the beginning of the unleavened bread. That's why that night you don't eat anything that's leavened. It says, in the first day ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Talking about the Passover. 10th verse, speak unto the sons of Yasha'al and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I gave unto you, because Moses is telling them by way of the wilderness. So when you get into the promised land, this is what you're going to have to do, and shall reap the harvest thereof. Then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruit of your harvest unto the priest. And we're going to do that in the kingdom, because you're going to have priests in the kingdom. 12 verse, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf, and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And we are going to do burnt offerings. The Passovers, the lamb, the slaying of the lamb and the cooking of the lamb is part of the offering. You're not just going to eat, you're going to put the prayers up. So that is an offering. Now, is there going to be any sin offerings among Israel? No. Sin offerings will not apply to us because we're going to be perfect. Okay, so let me jump down to the 17th verse. Ye shall bring out of the habitation 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deal. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto you. So that's obviously If you're going to bake something with leaven, that's obviously beyond the Passover week, as we call it. So let me do this. Let me put in the word 3. Three is not even in there. 3. 3 is not in there. Let me go back to first. Come down over here. He's at the 17th verse. Okay, and shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, 2 rams. Do this. Ye shall bring out of your habitation 2 wave loaves. Go up another. Okay, even 2016 verse. Even unto morning, after the seventh Sabbath, shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto Yahweh. So this is long after this is almost 2 months after the Passover. Ye shall, that's in the ingathering. Ye shall bring out of your habitation 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deal, that they shall be of fine flour. Uh, they shall be baking with leaven. So you know this has nothing to do with the Passover. The Passover then came and went almost 2 months ago. They are, because you're thanking the Lord for the crop. They are the first fruit unto Yahweh. That's why you wave. You wave it because you got a good crop. So you waving it to the Most High. Thank you, Most High. 18, and ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year. I read that. 19 verse. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. So we will be doing offerings in the kingdom, but not sin offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruit for a wave offering. Speak unto the sons of Israel in the 7th month, in the first day of the month shall ye have a Sabbath memorial of blowing the trumpets. By the way, okay, you got the memorial of the blowing trumpets, right? This happened at the new moon, and then you got the Day of Atonement, and then you got. I want to go right to the verse. Okay, I want to go right to the verse. Okay, here it is. Also in the 7th month, I'm sorry, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, and that's the ingathering at the end of the year. So you had 2 feasts, feast of weeks. That's why it says the latter and the former rain. What is that talking about? The latter and the former rain. That's talking about the first Feast of Weeks, and then you have a second Feast of Weeks, because it takes about 2 months for crops to grow, fully grow, a little less than 2 months. Ye shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the eighth day shall be a Sabbath. And when that happens, the 15th day, guess what? That's a full moon. What did you do on the new moon? You followed the memorial of blowing of the trumpets. So you guys are clearly going off on the new moon being the full moon. The Passover, when you celebrated the Passover, it was on a full moon, which is not the new moon. Now, what does it say in Psalms 80? Not too many people gonna get in this video because we're not going into a lot of drama. We're going into the law, which a lot of y'all don't. Hey, like we used to do videos breaking down the Hebrew. Nobody will watch them videos because most people out there are entertained by this. Okay, let me go here. Okay, it says blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast days. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast days. So now when you go, let me do this, because the commentators are right on this one. At least some of them are. Let me take this and let me pull this over here. See, an Edomite, a white person, see, all you guys do is all day long, you call the white man. When did I call? When did I even mention the white man? I didn't mention the white man today. But where am I? Let me slide this over. Let me slide this over. What the hell? I mean, I can find it back. Okay, here it is. I just found it. Okay, this is Psalms. Blowing the trumpet on the new moon and blowing the trumpet on the feast days are two different times in the month. I'm going to show you that. Even these guys got it right. The trump, let me get to the point. The horn, distinguishing metal, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me go in the time appointed. In the new moon, the first month of the celestial year, next line must be the Passover. In the time appointed. Now, when you read it this way, it's supposed to be blow up the trumpets in the new moon and in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. The new moon is not the full moon. So it says here, in the time appointed. Better at the full moon for the day of our feast, if the month referred to is Tishri, our feast must be the Feast of Tabernacle. So when does the Feast of Tabernacle come in? On the 15th day of the month. That would be a new moon. I mean, a full moon, which began at the full moon on the what? On the 15th day. So they got it backwards. They celebrate the new moon when the moon is full. It's telling you right here on the full moon on the 15th day. So the first day of the month of the 7th month is a new moon, where the moon is not, you can't see the new moon. And then you count 15 days, and you have your tabernacle feast, and you look up into the sky, you see the moon shining down on you. The same thing happened on the Passover. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me go past, because some of them say, well, it could be talking about either the Passover or the and see, the leadership at the IUIC can't see it because they're stiff-necked, they're hard-headed. So some of them said, you can read it for yourself. It says, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, comma. Now it should be, for better understanding, and in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. The new moon, you look up in the sky, you don't see anything. 15 days after, which 2 high holy days fall on the 15th day, or the 14th day at evening, which the 15th day is the Passover and the Feast of Tabernacle. In the ancient world and the Feast of Tabernacle, they would look up and see the moon, and the moon would be full. So now let me do this. Let me go to the word worm. Look up the word quench. Quench means to extinguish, to put the fire out. When these missiles hit Babylon the Great, there ain't gonna be no fire station big enough to put the fire out. That's what it means. A fire or thing on fire, to be quenched, to go out, because it's gonna go, and eventually the fire is gonna go out. Esau don't have like I said, they don't have a fire truck big enough to put out the fire that's gonna blaze Babylon the Great. So now let's go to Isaiah, and I'll get ready to close. Isaiah 66 and 24. It says quench, right? Neither shall their fire be quenched. It's talking about the same. What the Lord said in the New Testament, he's quoting partially, I mean, he's quoting what it says right here. The worm dieth not. Quench. Let's get it in the Hebrew. Let's see what it says in the Hebrew. Kabah, kabah. To quench, put out, be quenched. To extinguish, to be quenched, to be extinguished. To quench, extinguish. So what the Lord said, the place where the worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched, he was talking about he's talking about the destruction of Babylon the Great. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.